Hello, Facebook friends. I'm here with one of my favorite interviewers, hosts, Sonia Gavankar, who has talked to me through lots of my appearances to promote an Odd book, which has been a lot of fun. I've been all over the place and been able to talk about Odd McIntyre quite a bit. Well, now I'm getting ready to go to Memphis.
Going back to Memphis.
That's right. I'm going to have a couple of different appearances where I'll be talking about Odd, and we'll talk about that in just a minute.
That's right.
But first, we want to try to dial in one of my close friends, Mr. Joey Solopek, who's going to be interviewing me at my event.
And I told you that it was going to work, and it didn't work.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay.
So we're going to call him in. So I hope that Joey is ready at the phone.
He's not. We'll find out if this is going to work or not.
I hope he's ready for Central Standard Time.
And I think I did it right. Let's hope it's not a wrong number.
If it is, it's going to be a really good Facebook Live.
Hello.
Joey.
Yes.
Scott and Sonia, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys?
I'm good. You're on our Facebook Live this morning.
Oh, fantastic.
So many people are joining us. John Siegenthaler is on with us. So it's like a Tennessee contingent right now.
It's a Tennessee thing. So this is Joey Solopek, who will be interviewing me. As you can see, this is a photo that he sent me for Christmas of himself. And it's made out to my mentor, which was really nice.
Joey, so, if you don't remember this picture, you're wearing the American flag essentially.
I'm actually wearing that exact same outfit right now. I just wear it around the house.
Perfect. It looks very casual. Very casual. Yeah. Joey, you guys, you and Scott are old pals from Memphis days. Can you tell us the story of how you guys met?
I was working for Graceland a long time ago, and Scott was a Graceland up-and-comer, just zooming up the ranks, and our paths crossed, I believe, during Elvis Week.
It was. We were actually in the garage of Graceland when we just started chatting, and we hit it off.
And I just have to stop for a second. The Graceland garage, does it have Elvis's vehicles in it, or this is where the staff vehicles are?
No, it used to have Elvis's vehicles, but they were moved to the Auto Museum and put in the archives. But this is a sort of a preparation area at the time for a VIP tour. And Joey and I were talking, and he mentioned that he goes to Elvis Tribute Artist contests sometimes during Elvis Week, and I had never been to one, so he took me to my first Elvis Tribute Artist contest about midnight. It was where was that contest, Joey?
At the 4 Points Hilton by the Memphis airport. Not extremely fancy, not extremely
but central,
but very real.
Oh, okay. And why did you used to go to the tribute concert all the time? Why is that one of your favorite things?
You know, that contest was begun by a man who used to be Elvis's veterinarian. And
naturally.
He knew Elvis, and actually told me the story that when Elvis was alive, he had asked Elvis to come to one of these tribute shows in the early years, and that Elvis actually was not against that at all. He was flattered that there were artists trying to perform like him. He never attended one of the shows, but after Elvis passed, his name was Doc Franklin. Doc Franklin kept the show going. It gained in popularity, and when I found out about it, there was nothing else like it around. It was a new concept to me, but all you had to do was step in there one time, and you were fascinated by the diversity and the passion for these people. It was like a subculture that was just beginning to explode. I think Scott and I were kind of jumping in on it as the trend was beginning to catch its first full wave, and I mean, it has just grown from there.
Scott, do you remember like how many years it had been going on when you first experienced it?
It had been going on, since Elvis had passed away.
Yeah, since he was
for
still
decades.
So decades. And what was your memory?
We at the with Elvis Presley Enterprises didn't really have any official way that we engaged with them, so I was sort of just there, as a friend of Joey's, who had gone for years, and it was so exciting, and there was a few other folks from Graceland that were really into it, so we put together the whole program that exists today, and since that time we've done cruises and things like that.
Nice.
So it's been a lot of fun. So.
Well, one of the other subcultures in this country is also like the Roaring '20s, and that's what your book, The Odd Book, covers. Is Odd McIntyre in the Gilded Age? Isn't that what we decided that it was sort of? It's after that.
That's okay. You've read the book.
I've read the book
by this time.
And yes, by this time I've read the book, my signed copy.
That's right.
And so you're going to go back to Memphis. Joey's going to interview you, and there's going to be a book signing there as well.
There is. I've got two different upcoming events. The first one is on Friday, and that one is at 3 o'clock, and it's at the Circuit Playhouse, which everybody in Memphis will know where that is.
Okay.
It's ironically, and this is not by intention, but ironically, it's associated with an old theater that Elvis used to go to. When he and his buddies would hang out and want to go to a movie, that they would rent the whole theater.
And then just marathon movies.
Correct, and then just movies. So anyway, so Joey and I will be there. Joey's going to ask me a lot of questions. And then on Saturday, I'll be at the Visitor Center at Exit 56, which is the Delta History Museum and the Tina Turner Schoolhouse.
Tina Turner Schoolhouse.
That's what was
so
the
where
name?
Tina Turner went to school is now a museum.
And I'll be there doing an event and signing books. And I'm hoping, we watched a lot of video yesterday talking about it of the Tina Turner tribute artist.
Yes.
So
tribute artists are big in Memphis.
Apparently.
That's
I think in entertainment.
Is there going to be a Scott tribute artist that comes to the book signing?
No chance.
You sure?
Yeah.
Darn.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, it's a lot to look forward to. Tuesday night in Memphis is the Candlelight Vigil. I'm going to go to that, and I'm going to hit some of the Elvis Week events coming up. So it's a big week to look forward to. Yeah, Joey's actually very involved. He hosts the Tribute Artist Contest week, which is a big part of his week. We're also going to. He's going to host the Ultimate Elvis Tribute Artist.
And Joey, when you, what's the difference of your personality when you host something like a conversation with Scott at this famous theater and the tribute artist? Is it the same kind of energy that you give to both performances?
That's a great question. When I'm doing something like the Tribute Artist Contest, I try to get out of the way. My motto has always been, I have been told I can have a big personality. You couldn't tell that by my photo that you're seeing there. But when I'm doing a show like that, I don't want any of that to come through. I want the performer and the folks that are on stage to have the attention. I'm a facilitator. But when I'm talking to someone like Scott about his work, well, then my journalistic side comes in. My journalistic degree kicks in, and I really want to just have a conversation that people can take part in and really dive into what somebody like you did. I mean, this guy did a copious amount of exhaustive research, which is his norm, and told a really fascinating story. And I love stories, so I'm kind of helping pull the story out, helping him communicate it. And so it's kind of a different hat for each event.
Nice. Janice wants to know if you could repeat when your Friday event is again. Janice, one of your Facebook friends.
It is at 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock on Friday, Janice.
On Friday.
Janice,
Friday at 3
I hope you're
o'clock.
going to be there.
I hope she is too.
What do you want people to get when they come to this event, Scott? You want to kind of get them inspired to do their own work?
I mean, it's the whole topic of Odd McIntyre is a lot of fun because he was a writer who was in a time when things were in transition, and so he took advantage of what was going on in the world and wrote about entertainment, sports, politics, everything having to do with that culture. And so if you're even sort of interested in history or that era, especially of the teens and the 20s and part of the 30s, and it's absolutely going to be a lot of fun, and you'll learn a little bit as Joey asks me some hard-hitting questions, I'm sure.
You have some fans who are chiming in here. Martha says, "Hi, Scott." Jan Simpson Outlaw says, "Hey, Scott." Hey and hi. So, Joey, you and Scott have been old pals for a long time. So, do you have any kind of hard-hitting questions that you hope to stump him with? Anything that you want to give us a sneak peek as to what you guys are going to be talking about?
It's not so much a hard-hitting question, again, as helping Scott tell the story of the process and what he discovered. Because honestly, I want people to read that book. I want people to understand a little bit of history about somebody like Odd McIntyre. And if I can help facilitate that in a conversation, then I will have done my job.
It's going to be good. I can already tell. Joey's going to pull all the goodness out of it.
Yeah, no, I'm in good hands with Joey Solopak.
Will you be live streaming that event?
Perhaps. I'm going to give it a shot.
Yeah, see what the cell phone reception's
Yeah,
like in
yeah.
the
I'll
theater.
see if I can. I'm sure it'll be good.
There are going to be lots of great opportunities for you to see Scott again if you're an old pal of Scott's from his old Memphis days. Is that a Memphis accent?
No, not even.
Not even
I
close.
believe that's Designing Women.
Oh,
like in
Designing
Atlanta.
Women, which
I think that
is
was
my
Atlanta.
reference.
Yeah.
That is my kind of reference to the South. So yeah, you can go and reconnect again with Scott, find out about his most recent book, An Odd Book, the book about Odd McIntyre, and see Joey and Scott, the band, together again at last. Joey, when was the last time you saw Scott?
Oh, good grief.
Christmas.
It's been a while. We try to talk and catch up all the time, but it's been a while since I've seen him in person.
Yeah, Christmas.
Christmas time.
Yeah. I haven't been back to Memphis since
Oh
Christmas.
my gosh, so it's time to get back.
It's about time.
Do you want anybody to bring anything special? Like, do you want people to come in costume to the reading?
I would rather they didn't.
You'd rather they didn't. Joey, Joey, you said you're wearing your patriotic garb today, but really, what are you wearing today? This is something got real odd, but I asked because Scott and I are both in seersucker today, so I'm hoping that you're also wearing seersucker.
I am actually, because I'm on my way to work soon. I'm in comfortable shorts and t-shirts.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I want that job.
Hey,
Shorts and t-shirt.
speaking of work, what kind of weather can we look forward to next week?
It's going to be a little warm and humid with scattered showers, actually.
Uh-oh. That's the scattered showers part I'm not happy with.
Well, bring an umbrella.
There have been, as my fellow Elvis fan friends can attest, there have been some candlelight vigil nights where there was one where it was literally raining sideways. There have been, it's been some bad weather. There's been heat to the point where some people were fainting. And
oh my!
So hopefully it's not going to be quite that severe this Tuesday night.
I don't think it'll be that bad.
Well, if you need a break from the heat and the weather, just go and check out Scott's events down in Memphis. His book signing, his talk with Joey, and all the exciting things that he's going to be doing. Where can people find out more?
At anoddbook.com or facebook.com/anoddbook.
Anything else that you want to share, Joey, before we head out?
I just want people to tune in and try to check it out, because I think they'll come away going, that was well worth my time.
I can already tell it's going to be amazing, and I want to tune in to whatever if you guys do a Facebook Live or whatever, it's going to be tremendous, I can tell.
We're going to have fun.
Going to have more than fun. We'll hope to see you next time here on our Facebook Lives from Scott's Page Live. See you later.